Do you think that they'll think that we're outside?
Probably not.
Maybe our camera guy can like prop in some like trees and like a blizzard happening or something.
You might want to put on a hat.
Can you like Photoshop on a hat and let's see, probably a deer.
Some wildlife.
Some wildlife running through, like a lion.
A woodland creature.
Yeah, man, bear, pig could probably be worked in. Some elves. Do you have access to elves?
Maybe a yeti. It's winter.
Probably need a yeti. Is it yeti here or is it Sasquatch here?
Well, I think yeti is the winter creature, and then Sasquatch is the summer creature.
Okay, you've done more research on.
I think one has white fur.
Okay. I thought it was just because the Sasquatch got cold.
I don't know.
It could be. Welcome back to Between Two Furs. I am pleased to say your name. This bit has gone on long enough, and we're here with our guest, Marthalyn.
Hello.
Is that your full name?
Yes. Well, it's my first name.
It's your first name?
Marthalyn.
What's the rest of the name?
My middle name is Kellogg, and my last name is Sweet.
There's a lot to break down there. So Kellogg, does it have anything to do with the cereal? Like your family, during delivery, there was just a bowl of
no cereal during delivery, to my knowledge.
Okay. So is there a story there with the middle name then?
It's my dad's last name.
Oh.
Well, he has this story that there were the three brothers, Snap, Crackle, and Pop, from the Rice Krispie cereal. And we're from the Pop brother, I believe. This has never been confirmed.
Okay. So you have some Elvish background.
I guess.
Oh, very interesting. And the last name is Sweet, you said? Okay. Like a hotel room or like...
Like sweet like sugar.
Like cereal?
I suppose. If you eat that kind of cereal.
Okay, what kind of cereal do you eat?
I eat oatmeal.
Kellogg oatmeal?
Quaker.
So does your family accept that? Have you?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, they buy generic more than I do.
Okay. All right, and what do you do?
I'm a physician assistant. I work at Planned Parenthood.
Okay, and how many parenthoods have you planned?
I mean, my patients plan Parenthood, not me.
Okay. And what do you do? So you're a physician's assistant. What does a physician's assistant do?
So I'm a clinician providing care for patients. So I can do really whatever they need within the scope of practice at Planned Parenthood. Sometimes that means contraception and family planning. Sometimes it means STI testing.
Okay. And so do you like just being yelled at when you walk into work all the time?
I don't really care for it.
Okay. All right. And so as a physician's assistant, recently in the news obviously is about the vaccine. How do you feel about the vaccine?
I'm a big fan of the vaccine. I've been vaccinated with 1 dose myself.
Okay.
I think if you want to get vaccinated, you should when vaccine is available.
And so outside of Planned Parenthood, what do you like to do for fun?
Well, I like hiking.
Which football team were you a part of?
I wasn't. Not that kind of hiking.
Do you usually do shotgun or like are you a long snapper?
Neither. Hiking isn't
when you hear Omaha, does that make you kind of respond?
No.
No. Okay. No. So what type of hiking then?
Like walking on a trail.
Oh, okay. Walking on and where are you walking to?
Maybe a waterfall.
Oh. Okay. Would you say that this is a good area to hike?
Yeah, I do enjoy hiking around the lake.
Here at Sky Lake?
Yeah.
Okay. What other kind of activities?
I like reading. I like making soup. I recently got a new stock pot that I'm excited about.
To make soup, okay.
To make soup.
Okay, do you read about soup?
Not really, no.
Okay.
Maybe a recipe.
Might be something to, okay. Do you bring your soup while you hike?
No.
Does it not carry well? What's the reasoning for not wanting?
Well, I guess if you're going for a short hike, you don't really need soup.
What kind of hiking equipment do you use?
Usually I wear boots or sneakers.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes a backpack with maybe a granola bar.
Granola bar, okay.
Some water for sure.
Okay.
A flashlight if it might get dark.
Does your backpack have one of those, the water holder that that has a straw coming out of it?
I do have one of those.
Could you put soup into that?
No.
Just think about it for next time. Okay. Now it's time for the wild question of the day. Where's the wildest place that you've ever hiked?
Well, I guess once I hiked up a volcano, but I also...
Like a real volcano?
Yes, a real volcano.
That's amazing. What did you sacrifice?
I did get a hole in the yoga pants that I was wearing. So
Okay.
maybe those pants.
So some yoga pants, okay.
Other than that, nothing.
Okay. Was it an active volcano?
Well, they told us that we couldn't go right down into the crater because there had been earthquakes not that long before.
Okay.
It was also right after a monsoon, so there were trees down everywhere.
Okay.
Earlier this year, though, the volcano did erupt, from what I read. It's in the Philippines.
Okay. Do you think it didn't erupt for you then because you only sacrificed yoga pants?
I don't think that's really related to how volcanoes erupt.
Okay. All right. And so I'm told by my wife that you are a PK.
Yeah.
So penalty kicker? Place kicker?
Not a place kicker.
Not a place kicker. Okay, what's a PK?
A pastor's kid. My parents are pastors, or they are pastors, not pastors.
Yeah, it's the air quotes going.
They're real pastors.
Okay. And what was the hardest thing about being a PK?
I moved twice in high school, so that was probably the hardest thing.
Okay.
Related to church.
Was there like extra pressure for having to say grace?
No, fortunately, my family always sang grace, so it was always the same all the time. And for any special gatherings, usually my grandpa wanted to showboat and say grace himself. So.
Oh, okay. What did the meal change the song at all? Like if you had some Kellogg cereal in the morning, did that bring a different grace?
No, always Johnny Appleseed.
Okay. And so with Church in the Wild, it seems like you're very outdoorsy. Can you give us your perspective on what Church in the Wild is aimed to be and who may be interested in Church in the Wild?
Yeah, so Church in the Wild is kind of a new opportunity to do church, to be in a community of people who like the outdoors, who like to think about God and what their faith means in their life and in their outdoor activities. To take church outside the walls of a building and be in creation. I think Church in the Wild is a really great opportunity for anyone who maybe just hasn't fit in a church that's more conventional, for anyone who likes the outdoors, for anyone who wants to be a part of maybe a new community who's really trying to create something that matters.
Okay. And Church in the Wild, we've been asking about mascots for Church in the Wild. Does Church in the Wild have a mascot yet?
Not an official mascot, no.
Okay. What would you propose to be the mascot for Church in the Wild?
Gosh, I would propose a woodland creature for sure.
You're
I'd
big into
argue
woodland creatures. Okay.
I'd argue for a raccoon.
A raccoon. Okay.
Yeah, native to the woods, very adaptable to any environment though, crafty, determined. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're survivors, those little raccoons.
Are they good at making soup?
No, I think they just eat anything.
So they would eat the soup that you would make.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure they would eat the soup.
Okay.
I'm sure they would eat the soup before it's actually soup, though.
Now, how can people get involved in Church in the Wild?
Yeah, so there's a couple things coming up for the Lenten season. We're going to be doing a weekly virtual scavenger hunt, an opportunity to kind of connect with things right in your own environment or outside if you go outside in the cold months. We're going to be having some casual Zoom hangouts through the coming months. And then later in the spring and later into summer as well, we'll be doing some small gatherings outside once the weather is amenable to that.
Can you give me some ideas for things that will be on the scavenger hunt so I can get a head start?
A tree.
What woodland creatures is that?
Maybe a squirrel.
Squirrel. Okay.
Maybe a creature that doesn't belong in the woodlands but likes to try, like a cat.
Oh,
Or
okay.
a household dog.
Have you seen, like, outside of like domestic animals, have you seen animals that you weren't expecting to see at Sky Lake before?
I've been told that once a monkey was sighted at Sky Lake.
A monkey?
Yes, a monkey.
How would a monkey arrive at Sky Lake?
Well, I honestly don't know. There is like Animal Adventure down the road. There is a farmer with peacocks, but I don't think the farmers have monkeys.
Okay. So it could be an escapee that did they ever find the monkey, or nothing was ever?
The monkey was only ever seen by 2 camp counselors.
Okay.
Never to be seen again.
Credible sources. Oh, the camp counselors are never to be seen again? Or the
No,
monkey?
the monkey was
The monkey
never.
is never. Okay, got it. Okay. Very interesting. There's some stories going on here
Yeah.
at Skyline. All right, and so that's been our time here at Between Two Furs with my guest Marthalyn Kellogg Sweet. It's been a sweet time.